here. And then we got the sword, the crown, some Fleur de Lord type looking thing. And he is more powerful over the entire village. And if you guys remember for our opener, we discussed what that might mean. So this might be our Leviathan, and as later on you'll see, it's a reference to that line of that mortal god, which we owe our protection to, when Hobbes explains to us that we are going to sign our rights over in the social contract to create social order out of the anarchy of the state of nature. Now, you see he's residing over what would probably be, semi-primitive world, maybe medieval times, because again, they're just kind of leaving that era. And if you guys look very, very closely, you can see different images throughout here, right? Oh, too far in. If you look really close, you can see different images here, like the castle and the church, royal authority, the papacy, or even maybe the archbishop of Canterbury. We got warfare, godlike power, different forms of instruments, conflict, injustice, right? So we got war. If you follow my arrow over here, right there, and then you got order with justice. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. All right, and then I accidentally scanned a few bad pages. Uh-oh, where'd they all go? This is not good. There they are. Okay, let's see. So why don't we start with Leviathan? Now, although this is the honors level reading, you guys pretty much have the same thing. You could benefit from it. So just some key questions to keep in mind here is, why does Hobbes have such a bleak view of human nature? Keep losing connection. I keep losing connection as I'm recording this. And then why does he consider men to be equal? Does he think equality is a completely good thing? And how does Hobbes justify strong central government? What is the purpose of the state? We should also keep in mind is, how does his argument compare to the way previous rulers have legitimated their rule? Julius Caesar in Rome, the Tudors of England, and then do you agree with Hobbes' assessment of human nature? Why or why not? This is really the main question I've been looking at with you guys. And then the other view, which was, how does he justify that strong central government? Cool. Now, we know that he's a pessimistic English philosopher, mainly because he's living at the time of the beheading of Charles I in the English Civil War as well. All right, cool. Now, just one of the questions I've written all over for you guys. So, nature has made men so equal in the faculties of body and mind that while one man may sometimes be manifestly stronger in body or of quicker mind than another, yet when all is reckoned together, the difference between man and man is not so considerable that one man can claim to himself any benefit to which another may not pretend as well as he. For, as to the strength of the body, the weakest has a strength enough to kill the strongest, either by secret machination or by confederacy with others who are in the same danger with himself. So we know faculties we can replace with capabilities, right? And he's basically saying here, and you guys already know this, is that some of us may be stronger, or some of us may be smarter, but altogether the differences aren't really that crazy, and that even the weakest can kill the strongest by secret machination, which means plot, right? Or by conspiracy, or working together. I've used the example, if you guys all hated me more than you hated each other, you'd probably come up with a ploy to take me down. So he's talking about the equalities of the body up in this beginning paragraph. Go to 13.2. He starts talking about the qualities of the mind. And as to the faculties of the mind, I find yet a greater equality among men than that of strength, for prudence, and he's talking about an archaic form here with wisdom or judgment, is but experience, which equal time equally bestows, or grants, on all men in those things that they equally apply themselves. Maybe we'll zoom in a little bit. Such is the nature of men that howsoever they may acknowledge many others to be more witty, or more eloquent, or more learned, yet they will heartily believe there be many so wise as themselves, for they see their own wit at hand and other men's at a distance. But this proves rather that men are in that point equal than unequal. So basically saying is that knowledge is just something that we all have. It's all different depending on who we are. Some of us apply ourselves more to math, some to social studies, some to carpentry, some to mechanical engineering. You can't be perfect at everything. unless you're me. And then he says that despite us realizing that there's people that are wittier, maybe speak in a fancier way, or have read more, end of the day, we trust ourselves most, right? Why? Because we see our own thinking, right? We understand our own logic versus just seeing somebody's end idea, but we don't know their logical thought process, all right? That's why you do stupid things instead of listening to your parents sometimes. Now, he says this makes us even more equal, right? Because we all want to gain something. That's what he means by end. We all have hopes, dreams, desires, wants, and needs. Therefore, if any two men desire the same thing, which nevertheless they cannot both enjoy, they become enemies, and in the way to their end endeavor to destroy or subdue one another. If one person plants, sows, builds, or possesses a convenient seed, others may probably be expected to come prepared with forces united to dispossess and deprive him, not only of the fruit of his labor, but also of his life or liberty. So that in the nature of man we find three principal causes of quarrel. First, competition. Second, diffidence, which I've also rewritten as mistrust. And then third, glory. So we are all equal in that we all want things. If we want the same things as another person, we both can't enjoy it, so we naturally become enemies. And so we will try and, unfortunately, destroy or outdo one another. So if one person is above us by whatever, or gains something, right? Now making like the varsity team over us, we will figure out a way to dispossess them with forces, right? Your friends, your colleagues, your peers, to deprive the person that has succeeded of the fruit of their labor, right? Cool. And then a little hint at Locke here, life or liberty. Cool. And then he says that we have these three natural times of quarrel, aka conflict, right? The first one being that we like to naturally compete. The second one, we don't trust people. We lack confidence in others. And the last one is glory, right? Nobody likes to be shamed. Cool. So now let's go to 13.5. And he breaks it up weird. He just talks about how we do these over and over again. It's really confusing. He says the first one, competition, makes us invade for gain. The second one, we don't trust out of safety. The third one, we act in a way because we like our reputation. So the first instance, we use violence to make themselves masters of other men's persons, wives, children, and cattle. The second, to defend ourselves. We don't trust. And then the third, for trifles, a word, a smile, a different opinion, any other sign of undervalue, either directed at the persons or by reflection, their kindred, their friends, their nation, their profession, or their name. We don't like when people diss us and our homies, right? Anyways, now, hereby is manifested during the time when men live without a common power to keep them all in awe. They are in that condition which is called war, and such a war as is of every man against every man. This right here I've rewritten for CP, left it here for you honors guys. So, state of nature. I keep losing connection, sorry. State of nature equals what? War. And war is meaning here every man versus every man, the battle royale of Fortnite we've been talking about. Cool. Chapter 17. So I cut a bunch of this out for CP, but that's all right. Oh, that's cool. I can shake this and make it look cool. All right, 17.1. The final cause, end or design of men who naturally love liberty, dominion over others, and introducing the restraint upon themselves, in which we see them live in commonwealth with their own preservation, possibility of more contented life. That is to say, of getting themselves out from that miserable condition of war, which is necessarily consequent to the natural passion of men, when there is no visible tower to keep them in awe, to tie them by fear of punishment to the performance of their covenants and observation of those laws of nature. I'll have to pause this one here and pick back up in a second. I'm at my time limit.